And y'all already know how Jimmy J Smooth do. I did. I wanted to do this video in particular because of a particular uh, talking point that has been surfacing around for quite a while, all over the internet and even in general. So it's kind of one of those things that after a while it gets annoying, but you just have to talk about it as as um as a person of, because I am a very logical individual. So I have this conjecture, and it's going to offend a lot of ladies because a lot of women listen to what I got to say, but I don't give a damn. First of all, to my men, you have a right to have your standards. And in a lot of cases, I'm speaking of men in general, men standards for the most part is realistic. Now, for the ladies, I can't say the same, but we also got to understand some of these standards that these so-called females have. It's not always what a woman claims she wants. A lot of times, it's what she responds to. A lot of times, so we also have to take that in consideration. To my man, you have a right to have standards, to have the best looking female out there. You have a right to look for the woman that has the big bubble butt. You have a right to have the woman with the biggest tits if that's what you like. You have a right to have a woman that is logical. My issue comes in not with men, but women. When you got women, particularly women either that don't look like shit or women that do look like something, but they regurgitate the same don't look like shit talking points that all these other fat uh, DC comic creature looking bitches, and I have to go there because sometimes these type of women go there, so I have to go there. And yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, I goes there. You have a lot of women who looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon that will talk a gang of shit about dudes for having standards. And when they don't have a lot of options themselves, or their options are very limited compared to the woman that's hot, the women start talking shit like, "Well, you're very superficial. Well, uh, all you want is a woman that got a big butt, or all you want is a woman that pretty face." They shame you for looking for a woman with a pretty face, which I personally don't have a problem with. I think the problem comes in, and I'm speaking to the men when I say this, the problem comes in is when that's all you're looking for. The reality factor is people have to have something that they find attractive, and people have to have something they are attracted to. In the words of the old dating expert David D'Angelo, attraction is not a choice. I'm going to say this one more time. Attraction is not a choice. For example, most people are attracted to watching football. Or I should say, a lot of American people are attracted to watching football. That's not everybody, but a lot of Americans are attracted to watching football, I should say. A lot of people are attracted to watching baseball. So the thing is, the thing is, if I like baseball or like a particular sport, that's that's my choice. If I like baseball, I like baseball. If I like this, I like that. Nobody should shame me for liking something I like. And that's the same goes for a particular food I'm looking for. If I like French fries, that's what I like. Now it might clog up my arteries here and there, but I like hamburgers and French fries. And the same goes for liking a particular woman. Nobody should shame me for liking the best looking woman out there. Because let me tell you something. Uh, I don't judge everybody like this because there are exceptions to the rules, but I pay attention to who people are. I pay attention to what type of dudes. I pay attention to what type of females dudes date because beauty represents a dude's standards. Beauty represents a dude's ideology for the most part. Now there are situations where a female's beauty may fade off. A female may get a little bigger or overweight or so to speak, but she wasn't like that when they first met. You know what I'm saying? And I have people that I know personally. They dated each other for a while, but and they, everybody started getting bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother ball game. But I pay attention to who guys date. You know what I'm saying? Because let's say I'm doing business with somebody. I don't want to be doing business with somebody that don't have no standards in terms of they woman. Because a lot of times when a person's doing business, let's say you're a small business owner, the first thing you're gonna look at is what's on these dudes' wall and the woman he's with for the most part. So that kind of builds up some type of trust right there. Now a lot of people may not understand that, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this is an older couple, I'm not gonna judge that. But a young dude that's doing business and stuff like that, I'm gonna be looking at, what I'm saying, his woman. I'm not gonna be trying to holler at his woman, of course, but I can tell if I can trust a guy based on what type of woman he's dating and what type of what his woman looking like for the most part. But back to my back to my point is I have a right to date a fine ass woman if I want her, if I want to. Nobody should stop me from dating a Tyra Banks, a video model looking chick. The only thing you should say to me is what did this woman got going besides her video model looking looks? Don't get mad when I'm not trying to holler at your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't get mad at me because you know what I'm saying. I'm You're not my type. Don't get mad at that. If you're not my type, just accept it and charge it to the fucking game. Simple as that. But motherfuckers don't want to do that a lot of times. And a lot of times it's these backyard buzzer looking bitches. A lot of times it's these hungry hippo looking assholes. A lot of times it's these creature from the Black Lagoon looking ass bitches. A lot of times it's these DC comic creature looking bitches, these Marvel comic creature looking bitches that gets mad at a dude for quote unquote being superficial. And a lot of times that's just a code word for why ain't you checking up for a woman that looks like that or a woman that looks like me? Because we got into a full blown argument, and the dude say, even though she got a good personality, would you date this? And he showed a picture of a woman with a fucked up stomach, and a fucked up stretch mark. And I said, hell no. I wouldn't date that right off the bat. Now, if I've been with her for a while. That's something that we're going to have to work on. But if it's somebody that I'm in the campaign stages of, no, I'm not gonna fuck with that. I'm not doing that. You had a lot of women on this post, and it's on one of my Facebook pages and shit like that. But it was a lot of women, or quite a few women, I should say, on the post, angry, talking about y'all superficial, y'all men are judgmental and shit like that. And another thing is, y'all women got to stop throwing up the judgmental smoke screen, because you very same women that talk about dudes are being judgmental and shit like that, y'all be 10 times more judgmental on dudes than we can ever be. Our standards is simple. And if having standards is judgmental, bitch, you need to go to a mental hospital, or you need to read some self self help books. Because a lot of you women want to throw fuckery on a lot of us. Again, men have a right to have standards just like women have a right to have standards. You know what I'm saying? If a bitch standards is so fucking unrealistic to me, I don't even want to have a conversation with that bitch. That's just how my gets down. That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm a homeboy, if I'm one of the homeboys and my homeboy got a little bad bitch, my thing is I want to make sure that dude have something going for himself besides just a bad looking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the dudes I hang out with who I'm very close to, they have some beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? And I give my boys probably like, hey my boy. And there's nothing wrong with going out after the video girl looking female out there. There's nothing wrong with that. Because sometimes for me personally, I get along with the 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 dime piece, the fine looking female better than I do overweight, uh, Snake Jackson looking bitch out there in the game. I get along with the fine female better than I do the 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 Freddy the Frog looking bitch. You know what I'm saying? I get along with that. I get along with that better. You know what I'm saying? I get along with that better than I do with the ugly bitches, the ugly Eddie Monster looking bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, and I'm talking from firsthand experience. When I was in the peak of my player stage, I'm pretty much out of that right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in chill mode right now because I'm focused on building myself. You know what I'm saying? But if a chick comes along, it comes along. I'm strategically looking at her, but I'm not full fledged campaigning. But when I was at the peak of my player stage, I'm saying 19, 23 years old, around that timeline, I experimented with chubby chasers to a certain degree. I ain't I banged a couple of chubby chasers, but I was searching myself. But I went out on a few dates with a couple of chubby bitches, and well, I ain't gonna say a couple of them. I went out with a couple of quite a few, and what I learned from that experience, because it was a real short time period. What I learned from that particular experience is a lot of overweight females got fucking mental issues. And you an overweight chick, obese, morbidly obese, you barely can get your motherfucking ass out the house. And I have to go there because sometimes I have to shame the devil right now. A lot of these overweight, I can't get out the house, I need the fire department body ass bitches to break me out. A lot of these overweight chicks have fucking mental issues. I just have to keep it 110. And this was around 20, I would say 20, 21 years old. Because I did mention the peak of my player stage was like 19, 23 years old. But 20 years old. And I tried talking to the overweight, heavy set sister, and that shit just did not work for me. And this was when I was living in Memphis, Tennessee. I currently live in the 832, which is Houston, Texas, H-Town down. Y'all already know I already got my crown. So a lot of those overweight chicks got real serious mental issues. And this is the ones I've dated. Or I went out on dates or called myself trying to get at or all that good shit. A lot of these motherfuckers got fucking issues. So if I'm gonna deal with some type of issues, at least I'm dealing with something that I can look at. You know what I'm saying? And I tried the Freddy Krueger horror movie looking bitch. I tried that too, and that shit don't work either. It's about the same problem as trying to fuck with an overweight chick. And you might be one of those facially offensive ass females that listen to this video right now and be like, "You're full of shit. You're so superficial. Oh, you men are so fucking judgmental." Well, just let me be judgmental because this is my experiences, not your motherfucking ass. And if some of you feminist ass bitches got a problem with what I say, tough titty, let the butt hurt flow out your motherfucking ass because I don't give a fuck. I have a right to have my fucking standards, just like you have a right to have your standards. Because when we try to force you to be with us, it's called fucking rape. It's called street harassment. So don't give me that motherfucking bullshit about men being superficial, men being fucking judgmental when you motherfuckers got all types of laws that will put a nigga under the fucking jail just for looking at your motherfucking ass. Yes, I said this shit. And goddamn it, I like motherfuckers that look nice. I like motherfuckers with big old ass. But I don't make that my main focus of being with the female. But I have a right to get at a chick that I can look at night. I can wake up in the morning and not have to worry about this bitch. I don't have to punch this motherfucker because I thought somebody broke in my house. This motherfucker so ugly, I thought she was a motherfucking burglar looking bitch. I have a right to have the best looking motherfucker out there. That's my right. Just to have a nigga that's 6 feet tall. But my suggestion to you, if you want a nigga to be 6 feet tall with this and that, with this and that, this and that, because some of you motherfucking females have the most ridiculous standards. And when you try to get that standard, you end up having to settle your damn self. But my word of advice, if you want a dude at least 6 feet tall, hang around a basketball gym, motherfucker. See, if I want to find a motherfucker, all I got to do is go to one of those Tariq Nasheed, those one of those lectures, and I'll easily find a fine woman out there. Go to a get together, a major event or something like that. That's how you find dimes. See, I know what to do. You know, single mixers work very well because you see all types of females. You see overweight chicks, fine females. A lot of times, the majority of the time when you go to single mixers, there'll be some of the finest women out there. I have a right to want a motherfucker I can look at night. You don't have a right to tell me what type of woman I should choose just because I'm not giving your ass all the attention. You motherfuckers got in my forehead. I don't gotta deal with that shit. If I don't want to deal with that shit, I don't want to deal with that shit. I have a right to have standards, and me and you have a right to have standards. And when we say this shit, oh, we're so judgmental. Oh, we're this, we're that, we're this, we're that. I'll be glad when she cheats on you with a basketball player type ass talking point. Wham, 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 motherfucker. This is my standards. That's my standards. That's my standards. That's my standards. Deal with it, motherfucker. Deal with it. Deal with it. But I was just throwing that out there. I was just doing this video because that's this stuff that need to be said. And men have to articulate themselves properly for motherfuckers to understand. Now, you don't necessarily have to explain yourself. You probably just need to tell that motherfucker, eat a dick and die. You know what I'm saying? And then when motherfuckers can't articulate themselves logically on this point, trying to go to the Holy Ghost on you. Well, motherfucker, I need to be evenly yoked, motherfucker. I have a right to my standards. I'm not gonna compromise my standards for Beastly of the fucking Care Bears. I'm not going to do it. I compromise my standards for Beastly off the fucking Care Bears, then guess what? I'm going to end up mistreating Beastly off the Care Bears and throwing Beastly in the fucking fire some fucking where. We don't tell you that, oh, you need to get with stanky ass dude. We don't tell you you need to get with a stanky ass smelling motherfucker off the street because he got potential. We don't do that shit right there. So let us have the allow us to have the freedom to female we deem beautiful. Yes, there are some chubby chasers out there that will get with your ass. There's literally some chubby chasing ass niggas out there that love big sumo wrestling, Yokozuna, ranked ass bitches out there. There are some dudes out there that like that type of women. That's just not James, aka Jimmy J Smooth out the 832. You're not gonna tell Jimmy J Smooth out the 832 who he should fuck with. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But I'm gonna end this video. You know what I'm saying? Respect people's standards, women. And if you feel you gotta compete with the quote unquote skinny bitch or bony bitch, lose some fucking weight. Go to Jimmy Craig and stop drinking that Slim Slow. You dig? So this once again, your boy Jimmy J Smooth touching down out the 832, live and direct in full effect. And I'll holler at y'all. Peace out.